Your 20s are the most valuable decade you'll ever have for building wealth. Not because you have the most money, but because you have the most time. Time is the only asset you can't buy back, and yet most people in their 20s waste it making financial decisions that cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars by the time they're 50. If you're serious about building real wealth, you need a system. Not motivation, not inspiration, a system. And if you'd like to see more videos on building wealth the right way, subscribe to the channel. We break down financial concepts that actually matter. Let's talk about the 9 money moves you need to make in your 20s, in the exact order that makes sense. Skip around and you'll waste time and money. Follow this sequence and you'll be ahead of 95% of people your age. The first move is to know your net worth. This sounds simple, but almost nobody does it. Your net worth is everything you own minus everything you owe. That's it. Add up your bank accounts, any investments, your car, anything of value. Then subtract your debts, your student loans, your credit card balance, your car loan, anything you owe. The number you get is your net worth. Now here's why this matters. You can't improve what you don't measure. Your net worth is the single number that tells you if you're moving forward or backward financially. Most people never calculate it because they're afraid of the answer. But that's exactly why you need to do it. You need to know where you stand before you can make a plan to move forward. Calculate your net worth today. Write it down. You're going to calculate it again in 3 months, and again in 6 months, and again in a year. Watching that number grow is the most motivating thing you can do. It's concrete, it's real, it's yours. Once you know your net worth, the second move is to raise your savings rate. This is where the actual wealth building starts. Your savings rate is the percentage of your income that you save. If you make $5,000 a month and you save $500, your savings rate is 10%. If you want to build wealth in your 20s, 10% isn't enough. You need to get to at least 20%. Ideally, 30% or more. Now, if you're currently saving nothing, don't panic. You don't jump from 0 to 30% overnight. You increase it gradually. Start by cutting 5% of your spending and saving that instead. Do that for a month. Then cut another 5%. Keep going. Your brain adapts to new spending levels faster than you think. What feels impossible this month will feel normal next month. The real secret to raising your savings rate isn't making more money first. It's spending less. Because spending less is something you can control right now. Making more money takes time. They're not wealthy because they earn more. They're wealthy because they spend less than they earn and invest the difference. The third move is to build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. This is non-negotiable. An emergency fund is money you keep in a savings account that you never touch except for actual emergencies. A real emergency is your car breaking down, a medical bill, job loss, or an urgent home repair. A real emergency is not a vacation you want to take or a new phone. Your emergency fund needs to cover 3 to 6 months of your basic living expenses. If your rent, food, utilities, insurance, and basic transportation cost $500 a month, your emergency fund needs to be between $1,500 and $3,000. If it's $2,000 a month, you need between $6,000 and $12,000. The reason it's this high is simple. If something bad happens, you don't want to go into debt. You don't want to put it on a credit card. You want to pull from your emergency fund. Most people think an emergency fund is optional. It's not. It's the foundation of everything else. Without it, one bad month will set you back years. The fourth move is to cut your 3 biggest expenses: housing, transportation, and food. These 3 categories make up 50 to 70% of most people's spending. If you want to raise your savings rate, you have to attack these 3. Let's start with housing. If you're spending more than 30% of your income on rent, you're spending too much, period. You might need to move to a cheaper place. You might need to get a roommate. You might need to move back home for a year while you build your emergency fund and save for a down payment. Yes, this is uncomfortable. Wealth building is uncomfortable. Comfort is expensive. Transportation is next. Most people in their 20s drive cars they can't afford. A car payment, insurance, gas, and maintenance can easily be $800 to $1,200 a month. That's almost half your rent. Consider taking public transportation. Consider buying a used car that costs $2,000 to $3,000 and driving it until it dies. Consider biking to work if you live close enough. Yes, a nice car is fun, but it's also one of the most efficient ways to stay poor. Food is the third big expense. Most people spend way too much on food because they're not thinking about it. They eat out, they buy organic, they get coffee every single day. A coffee habit is $5 a day, which is $25 a week, which is $100 a month, which is $1,200 a year. That's the difference between saving 10% and saving 15%. Cut the coffee, cook at home, pack your lunch, meal prep on Sunday for the whole week. These sound like small things, but they're not small. They're huge. The fifth move is to automate your payday transfers. You've now raised your savings rate, you've built your emergency fund, and you've cut your biggest expenses. Now you need to make sure you actually follow through. The best way to do this is to automate it. On the day you get paid, money needs to automatically transfer from your checking account to your savings account before you even see it. Out of sight, out of mind. If you have to manually transfer the money every month, you're going to skip it. You're going to tell yourself you'll do it next month. You're going to spend it instead. Automation removes the willpower requirement. It just happens. Set up automatic transfers for the same day your paycheck hits. Move your savings rate percentage into a separate account. Move any extra money that comes in, like bonuses or tax refunds, straight into savings. Don't even let it sit in your checking account. Automation is the difference between people who save consistently and people who save randomly. The sixth move is to protect your credit. Your credit score is one of the most valuable assets you have, and most people in their 20s destroy it without realizing it. Your credit score determines how much interest you pay on mortgages, car loans, and any other debt. A 10-point difference in your credit score on a mortgage can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Here's how to protect your credit. First, never miss a payment. Set up automatic payments if you have to. Second, keep your credit card balances low. Your credit utilization ratio should be below 30%. If you have a credit card with a $5,000 limit, don't carry more than $1,500 on it. Third, don't close old credit cards even if you pay them off. The length of your credit history matters. Fourth, don't apply for a bunch of credit at once. Every application hurts your score. Fifth, check your credit report for errors. You get one free report per year from each of the 3 bureaus. Check them. If there's an error, dispute it. Your credit score will follow you for the rest of your life. Protect it like your life depends on it, because your financial life kind of does. The seventh move is to invest small. You don't need a lot of money to start investing. You don't need to understand everything about the stock market. You just need to start. Most people wait until they have enough money or until they feel confident enough. They never start. Meanwhile, time is passing, and they're missing out on decades of compound growth. You can open an investment account with less than $100. You can invest in index funds, which are basically baskets of stocks that spread your risk. You can set up automatic monthly contributions of $50 if that's all you can afford. $50 a month invested for 40 years at a 10% average annual return becomes almost $1 million. Start now. Start small, but start. The beauty of investing in your 20s is that you don't need to be right. You just need to be consistent. You don't need to pick winning stocks. You don't need to time the market. You just need to invest the same amount every single month for decades. That's it. That's the whole secret. Boring, consistent, automatic investing. The eighth move is to grow your earning power. You've now automated your savings, protected your credit, and started investing. Now you need to increase your income, because there's a limit to how much you can save by cutting expenses. There's no limit to how much you can earn. Growing your earning power means getting better at your job, getting promoted, changing jobs for more money, learning new skills, building a side business, or picking up freelance work. Most people in their 20s stay in the same job for years without asking for a raise. They get the standard cost of living increase, which usually doesn't even match inflation. Meanwhile, someone with the exact same skills gets hired at a different company and makes 20% more. Invest in your skills. Learn something that makes you more valuable. Get certifications. Take courses. Write. Build things. Create. The more valuable you are, the more you can charge. The more you can charge, the more you can save and invest. Growing your earning power is the long game. It's not about getting rich quick. It's about being worth more every single year. The ninth and final move is to pick your circle. This one sounds weird in a list about money, but it's the most important one. Your circle is who you spend your time with, and your circle determines your financial destiny more than almost anything else. If you spend time with people who are broke, you're going to be broke. If you spend time with people who are in debt, you're going to go into debt. If you spend time with people who are investing and building wealth, you're going to do the same. This isn't mystical. It's practical. You copy the people around you. You spend like them. You invest like them. You save like them. This doesn't mean you need to dump your old friends. It means you need to expand your circle. Find mentors who are ahead of you financially. Find peers who are also building wealth. Join communities of people who are serious about their money. Read books and listen to podcasts by people who are where you want to be. Your circle includes people you've never met, but learn from. And here's the thing. When you start making these moves, your circle might judge you. They might make fun of you for not going out, for not buying the new car, for not taking the expensive vacation. Let them. In 10 years, you're going to have hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they're going to wonder where it came from. It came from picking a circle that supported your goals instead of working against them. So let's recap. 1. Know your net worth. 2. Raise your savings rate. 3. Build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. 4. Cut housing, transportation, and food costs. 5. Automate your payday transfers. 6. Protect your credit. 7. Invest small. 8. Grow your earning power. 9. Pick your circle. Do these 9 things in this order and you will build real wealth in your 20s. Not the fake wealthy kind where you look rich but you're actually broke. Real wealth. Where you own things instead of owing things. Where you sleep well at night because you have money saved. Where you have options. Your 20s are the most valuable decade. You have 40 or 50 years of compounding ahead of you. Most people waste it. Don't be most people. If this video added value to your life, please like it. It helps us reach more people who need to hear this message. And if you're serious about building wealth, subscribe to the channel. We're going to cover everything from real estate to starting businesses to avoiding stupid mistakes with money. Before you go, I want to ask you this. What's the single biggest financial mistake you've made in your 20s so far? And what's one move from this video you're going to implement this week? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one.